Hello everyone, Jennifer Maker here. It's a beautiful day to teach you how to turn your signature into a digital file that you can cut or even draw, foil, or engrave. I'm going to teach you 5 ways to do it, starting with the easiest method and then ending with the most customizable method. So signatures are really cool for crafts. You can put them on cards, sure, like I've done here, but you can also use them to make signs, t-shirts, even add them to many other projects to sign your work. I've been asked how to make a signature for years now, ever since I started doing my free Cricut Kickoff program that has my signature at the end. A signature that is drawn by pen with the Cricut and looks like I signed it myself. So here are 5 ways to do it, all with slightly different results. Sit back and watch how I do it, and then pick the version that works best for you. And when you're ready, just replay this video and go step by step with me, pausing as you need to. Now for each of these methods, we'll be using various software beyond Cricut Design Space, which of course we're using. We may also use software that only works on a computer, such as Inkscape. But if you're on an iPad or iPhone or even an Android tablet or phone, there are options for you too. So everyone is included. So let's get started with our first method. Method 1, the signature generator method. Our first method uses a simple and free signature generator that anyone can use, whether you're on a computer, tablet, or phone. It takes just a few minutes. First, go to Signaturely. It's over at jennifermaker.com/signaturely. This software is free to use for our purposes at the time I'm making this tutorial. Scroll down to the box that appears beneath Draw Your e-signature here. Use your mouse or your finger to draw your signature in black, which is the default color. If you intend to cut the signature out, use a wide enough width that it will cut and weed well. The default is pretty good. If you intend to draw, foil, or engrave this signature, reduce your width to the second narrowest setting with the slider. Don't choose the narrowest setting because it won't upload well. When you're happy with your signature, select Download e-signature. A PNG file called signature.png will be downloaded to your computer or device. Now go to Cricut Design Space and start a new project. Select Upload and follow the prompts to upload your downloaded PNG. Remember, it will be called signature.png. The file is probably in your Downloads folder. If you're on Cricut Design Space for desktop, choose Simple and Continue, then Apply and Continue, and then save it as a cut image. On Cricut Design Space for iOS or Android, just tap Apply, select Cut Image, give it a name, and tap Upload. Now just select it from your recent uploads and add it to Canvas. If you're on iOS or Android, the image will just appear on your canvas, so you may need to zoom out to see it. Resize the signature to fit your project. You can choose to either cut it out, or you can change the operation type to draw, engrave, or foil. Here's what the signature method looks like in various ways. This is the signature cut out of vinyl at the default pen width and 3 inches wide. This is the signature drawn in Signaturely at the second narrowest pen width and then drawn on the Cricut with a black 1mm Cricut pen at 2 inches wide. This is the signature drawn in Signaturely at the second narrowest pen width and then foiled with a bold tip at 2 inches wide. And this is the signature drawn in Signaturely at the second narrowest width and then engraved on acrylic at 2 inches wide. Method 2, the photo method. Our second method is for signatures on paper or somewhere else. This could be your signature or someone else's. For this method, you'll need a phone with a camera, a digital camera, or a scanner. This method takes longer than our first method, but this depends on how long it takes you to get your signature into a digital format and upload it and clean it up. Note that this method is specific to Cricut and will not generate an SVG file that you can use anywhere other than Cricut. First, find or draw a signature from scratch. If you're doing it from scratch, get a clean white sheet of paper and draw with a ballpoint pen for a signature that you want to draw, foil, or etch. Or draw with a wide tip marker for a signature that you want to cut out. Take a photo of your signature in the best possible light you can find, or scan your signature with a scanner or one of those all-in-one printers that has a scanner. Save the photo or the scan to your computer, tablet, or phone. Go to Cricut Design Space and start a new project. Select Upload and follow the prompts to upload your photo or scan. If you're on your phone, it will probably be in your photo library. If you're on Cricut Design Space for desktop, choose Simple and Continue. Remove the background. If you're a Cricut Access subscriber, you can use the background remover tool. Just tap or select Remove Background. If you're not in Access, or even if you are, you can use the manual tools to select the background and remove it. Now, this may take some time depending on the quality of your signature photo or scan. You can use the erase tool at a smaller size to clean up your signature really well. When you're done, click Apply. On Cricut Design Space for desktop, save it as a cut image and click Upload. On Cricut Design Space for iOS or Android, just tap Apply, select Cut Image, give it a name, and then tap Upload. Now just select it from your recent uploads and add it to Canvas. If you're on iOS or Android, the image will just appear on your canvas, so you may need to zoom out to see it. Resize the signature to fit your project. You can choose to either cut it out, or you can change the operation type to draw, engrave, or foil. Here's what the signature method looks like in various ways. This is the signature cut out of vinyl and 3 inches wide. This is the signature drawn on the Cricut with a black 1mm Cricut pen at 2 inches wide. This is the signature foiled with the bold tip at 2 inches wide. And this is the signature engraved on acrylic at 2 inches wide. Method 3, the SVG converter method. Our third method is similar to our second method, but this time it will create an SVG cut file that you can use anywhere that accepts them. Again, you will need a printed signature on paper and a phone with a camera, a digital camera, or a scanner. First, find or draw a signature from scratch. Just like with the second method, if you're doing it from scratch, get a clean white sheet of paper and draw with a ballpoint pen for a signature that you want to draw, foil, or etch. Or draw with a wide tip marker for a signature that you want to cut out. Take a photo of your signature in the best possible light you can find, or scan your signature with a scanner or one of those all-in-one printers that has a scanner. Save the photo or the scan to your computer, tablet, or phone. Go to picsvg.com and click on Upload a Picture. Locate your photo or scanned image and give it a few seconds to convert your image. Now select Download SVG. An SVG file with a random set of letters and numbers will be downloaded to your computer or device. Now head on over to Cricut Design Space. Select Upload and follow the prompts to upload your SVG file. Now just select it from your recent uploads and click Add to Canvas. If you're on iOS or Android, the image will just appear on your canvas, so you may need to zoom out to see it. Resize the signature to fit your project. You may also need to click Attach to keep all elements of your signature together. You can choose to either cut it out, or you can change the operation type to draw, engrave, or foil. Here's what the signature method looks like in various ways. This is a signature cut out of vinyl at 3 inches wide. This is the signature drawn on the Cricut with a black 1mm Cricut pen at 2 inches wide. This is the signature foiled with the bold tip at 2 inches wide. This is a signature engraved on acrylic at 2 inches wide. Method 4, the draw method. Our fourth method is harder, but it creates a true single-line signature that looks amazing at any size when it's drawn, foiled, or engraved. You can use the draw method on any computer, tablet, or device. First, open up a vector illustration program, There are many you can use. Inkscape is free for Mac and Windows. Vectornator is free for Mac, iPhone, and iPad. And Vector, without the O in it, so vectr.com, is free for anyone with a web browser, including Android devices. I will demonstrate how to do this with Vector, as that's the method everyone can use. To use Vector, go to jennifermaker.com/vectr. Note that this is free software, and if it's a little slow, you could always use one of the other software programs I mentioned. Select Use Online. If you've already used this software before, also click New Artwork. Create a new file at the default of 640 pixels by 640 pixels. Select the pencil tool on the left. Click or tap on the big white box, that's your canvas, and while holding down your mouse or your finger, draw your signature. If you want to undo anything, just open the side panel on the right and select the Undo button and try again. When you're happy with your signature, select Export in the side panel. Make sure SVG is selected, it's usually the default, and then select Download. The file will go to your Downloads folder called untitled.svg. Then go to Cricut Design Space. Select Upload and follow the prompts to upload your SVG file. Now just select it from your recent uploads and add to Canvas. If you're on iOS or Android, the image will just appear on your canvas, so you may need to zoom out to see it. Resize the signature to fit your project. For this signature, cutting it out is not an option as it's just a single line. If you try it, you'll just get some weird cut lines without any substance to it. You may also need to click Attach to keep all elements of your signature together. So you'll want to change the operation type to Draw, Engrave, or Foil. Here's what this signature method looks like in various ways. This is the signature drawn on the Cricut with a black 1mm Cricut pen at 2 inches wide. This is the signature foiled with the bold tip at 2 inches wide. And this is a signature engraved on acrylic at 2 inches wide. Method number 5, the trace method. Our final method is the hardest, but it offers the most customization. It will create either a signature you can cut out at nearly any size, or a true single-line signature that looks amazing at any size when drawn, foiled, or engraved. This is the method I used for my certificate. You can use the trace method on any computer, iPad, iPhone, or Android with the right software. To begin, open up a vector illustration program. Again, there are many you could use. Inkscape is free for Mac and Windows. Vectornator is free for Mac, iPhone, and iPad. And Adobe Illustrator is not free, but it works well on Mac and Windows. If you're on Android, watch for the new Adobe Fresco app, which should be coming to Android soon. I will demonstrate how to do this with Inkscape as it's free and it has a lot of features that are helpful for making custom SVG cut files. If you don't have Inkscape, you can download it over at Inkscape.com. Decide if you want to auto trace or manually trace or draw. Auto trace and draw are both good for signatures that you want to cut from vinyl, while manual trace is good for signatures that you want to draw, foil, or etch. I will demonstrate auto trace first. Open the signature file you want to trace. Note that if your image file is in the HEIC format, that happens when you take it on an iPhone or an iPad, you'll need to convert it to JPEG before you can open it in Inkscape. You can do that over at freeconvert.com/HEIC-2-JPEG. If you're asked how to import the file, just leave everything as the default and click OK. Go to the Edit menu and then choose Select All to select your image. Black arrows will appear around your image once it's selected. Now go to the Path menu and select Trace Bitmap. In the panel that appears on the right, click Update so you can see what your SVG image will look like. The default settings are usually good as they are, but you can adjust these if you wish. When you're satisfied, click Apply. Now close the Trace Bitmap panel with the X you see here. Now go to the Object menu and choose Objects to open the Objects panel. Select the layer that begins with Image. This is your original bitmap image, and delete it by pressing the Delete key on your keyboard. Go to the Edit menu and choose Select All to select your image again, and then go to the Path menu and choose Simplify. If you want to tweak things, select the Edit Paths by Nodes tool, click on your image file, and select a node. Those are the little diamond points you see here, and click and drag them to change the shape of your SVG. Depending on the quality of your original image, you may also want to remove some artifacts for a cleaner signature too. To do this, select a node and press Delete. You can customize this SVG any way you want using the Edit Nodes tool. When you're satisfied with your signature, go to the File menu and choose Save As. Make sure the format at the bottom says Inkscape SVG or plain SVG, and then save your SVG file. You can now upload this file to Cricut Design Space using the same steps that I explained in our last method. This is the signature cut out of vinyl at 3 inches wide. Now let me demonstrate how to manually trace your signature in Inkscape to get a single line SVG for drawing, foiling, and etching. First, open your signature file that you want to manually trace in Inkscape. Select the pencil tool over on the left, the one that says it's to draw freehand lines. Starting where the signature would begin if you were actually signing it, like with a pen on paper, click, hold, and drag the pencil icon to follow the path of your signature. Release the mouse when you come to the end or to a space, whichever comes first. Repeat for any other words or shapes in the signature. Now go to the Object menu and choose Objects to open the Objects panel. Select the layer that begins with Image. This is your original bitmap image, and delete it by pressing the Delete key on your keyboard. This will leave you with just your pencil drawings, which begin with the word Path in your Objects panel. If you cannot see them on your canvas for any reason, select them all in the Objects panel and change their stroke color to black with 100% opacity. Now go to the Edit menu and choose Select All to select your pencil drawings, and then go to the Path menu and select Simplify. If you want to tweak your manually traced signature, select the Edit Paths by Node tool, click on your image file, and select a node. Remember, those are the little diamond points that you see. And click and drag the nodes to change the shape of your signature SVG. When you're all satisfied, go to File, Save As, and make sure the format at the bottom says Inkscape SVG or plain SVG, and then save it. You can now upload this file to Cricut Design Space using the same steps that I explained in our last method. Here's what this signature method looks like in various ways. This is the signature drawn on the Cricut with a black 1mm Cricut pen at 2 inches wide. This is the signature foiled with the bold tip at 2 inches wide. And this is the signature engraved on acrylic at 2 inches wide. Now let's compare all 5 of our methods. Here's everything that I made out of vinyl. Here's all of them that are drawn on the Cricut with the black 1mm Cricut pen. Here is everything that's foiled with the bold tip, and here's everything that's engraved on the acrylic. Which one's your favorite? So now you know how to turn your signature into an SVG. Even more, you can use these techniques to make nearly every other kind of SVG, not just signatures. Draw with a pen and paper, and then photograph it and upload it. Or draw with the pencil tool right in a vector illustration program, and then save and upload. The sky's the limit here. To show you what I mean, I have a project for you, these super cute cards. You can make these on your Cricut, and you can sign them all. Download the free template below this video, and then upload it to Cricut Design Space. using the method that I explained earlier. It will look like this on your screen. Click Ungroup to work with each layer separately. There are thick designs meant for cutting vinyl or even cardstock or infusible ink transfer sheets, and there are thin designs meant for drawing, foiling, and engraving. Pick the one you want and drag it over on top of the rectangle, that's our card. Delete or hide the rest of the words that you don't want to use. Now add your own signature and place it beneath the design or wherever you want to, really. Now, if you plan to cut everything, you can attach everything and just go ahead and cut it right now. But let me show you how to draw this onto a card to give to someone that you care about. Select all the words, including your signature, and change the operation type to pen. Click Select All and then click Attach, and then click Make It. If you're prompted, choose On Mat. Make sure you have just one mat and that it says Pen and Basic Cut, just like this. If you see your words by themselves on a mat, that means you didn't properly attach them. Just click Cancel, then Select All and click Attach. When everything looks good, click Continue. Select medium cardstock with more pressure. Put your cardstock on your machine mat, adhere it well with a brayer, and load it into your Cricut cutting machine. Put your pen into your Cricut too, and then be sure to put the cap on the end so you don't lose it. Make sure your fine point blade is also in the clamp. Now just press the flashing button to begin drawing and cutting. When it's done, unload the mat, flip the mat over onto your work surface, and gently peel the mat away from your card. Now just fold your card and you are all done. A personalized card with a sweet message. You can make these as cards, signs, shirts, bags, whatever you want. If you need any help using Cricut Design Space, I've got you covered with a free mini course I call Cricut Kickoff. You can sign up totally free and get started right away at CricutKickoff.com. If you feel comfortable with Cricut Design Space and you're ready to make more custom SVGs like this, but need a little bit more help designing beautiful projects that people love, I got you. I can help. I have a popular course called the Cut Above SVG Design Course, which shows you how to create professional SVG designs that are adored the world over. Cut Above is a proven SVG creation system that guarantees you can learn to make beautiful and shareable designs through my real-world techniques and principles, the same ones I use every day at Jennifer Maker. When you join Cut Above and you get to the end of the program, here is what you will have done. You'll have set up your illustration software, and we use Illustrator and Inkscape to use without any fear. The technology is way easier than you think because I have tons of how-to videos in the course. Learn how to use the pen tool to make any shape that you can imagine. Oh, the things you are going to make will amaze you. Master the designer's secret weapon, the auto trace tool. Yes, I'm going to show you exactly how to eliminate tons of extra work so fast. You won't believe it. It is so cool. Design text art that can follow any path, even waves or curlicues. You will have complete control and power over the text in all of your fonts. Master mandalas through the use of the Pathfinder tool and the offset tool. And this will help you with all of those knockout designs too. And you'll create at least 8 unique designs throughout the course, probably many more, that you can cut, share, and even sell. And this is only the start because once you know the techniques and tools that I can teach you in the course, you can make absolutely anything, just like I can. Cut Above has a proven framework, and I walk you through 8 different units. Each one is designed to build upon the other one that came before, step by step, and give you a true ability to create SVG designs on your own. It is really cool. I have been teaching this course for over 5 years now, believe it or not, with more than 11,000 happy students, many of whom go on to share their files or even open Etsy shops or become contributors to the Cricut Contributing Artist Program to earn extra money. Now, I normally only open enrollment for my Cut Above course twice a year, but I am opening it for a short while and at a special price. I'm rolling back the prices on Cut Above just for you. That's right, you can save even more if you join Cut Above right now. You can get all the details, hear from people who've taken the course, and learn all about my 30-day money-back guarantee at jennifermaker.com/cutabovelove. I'd love to show you how to make this magic too. I hope you found this workshop helpful, and I hope you make all of the signatures for all of your projects, because now you can. You can make everything you need. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.